People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population U. Population Feimster. Fortune Feimster the third.
Ooh, you were a third?
I don't know. Are you a third?
I am my own third. You're in the third incarnation of yourself.
How many
My third life.
dumb articles have been written? We've had the good fortune of sitting down.
Or the misfortune. I really stunk at something.
That would be your drag name, Misfortune.
That's mine.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
I thought you were Mr. Fortune.
It depends on the show.
Misfortune
Depends on the
Cookie.
show.
Yeah.
So we are here in our new
This
studio.
is one
It's
of our
the
first episodes with All Things Comedy.
That's
I
right.
love
In the
it.
batch and the new, we're on the new set. You can watch this on YouTube. You can
Thank you for tuning in on YouTube.
Yeah, if you're tuning in and watching this.
Look at this nice set they have.
I
Look at it on
know.
YouTube.
It's so
Beautiful.
cool.
Hey,
So
YouTube.
I'm going to encourage you, hey, listen to it on wherever you listen to your podcast and then go watch it.
Yeah.
It's just fun. We're excited to be in our new digs and try this out. And so, of course, we called up some of our favorite people that we've ever had on this podcast to come and help us in Fortune. You're here.
Heck yeah.
You understand the world of dumb, I would
I
say.
do.
You get it on
I have a
such
little
deep
dumb
level.
in me.
Right? We all kind of do.
Takes one to know one.
Wow.
We all have a little bit. We do
Or a
dumb
lot.
things.
Yeah.
I love, like, we just saw a set that you did on stage, and you just talked about a few dumb things that you did, and your attitude towards the dumb stuff you do is just so, it's so funny. I was just, the second you
make
start
it
to,
okay to
Yeah.
be dumb. You definitely like give people permission to be like.
yeah, you were talking
Well,
about
that's good.
ghosts and haunting and
Yeah.
just you acting stupid about it, and it was making me laugh so hard.
Oh, that's nice. It's
love
all new
that.
stuff I'm trying to work out. My special came out, and I got to write a whole new act. So.
Yeah.
Well, here's the
start over.
deal. We're gonna help. Let's just riff, because who knows? Something may come out of this.
I
This
love
show
that.
gives you the material. You don't have to
Please.
Scrub sticks
I
together.
know.
We
So
got
here we
stories.
go. So
Serves
Dan, we get stories sent to us. I guess Twitter is still a thing. I don't
Yeah,
even-
as of
is
right
it still
now.
happening right now? As of right now,
The good
we're
news is I found out even if I leave Twitter, I can still search it.
sure.
So you can always do
Yeah.
hashtag Dumb People Town at Sklar Brothers at Daniel Van Kirk,
Sure.
and that's how we get our stories. Send
Yes.
them to us. Let's jump in, Dan.
A
We got
smarter
one.
person than me would probably go with Discord, but I don't 100% know what that is.
I don't know what that is. Twitch.
It's not for lack of ability. It's for lack of trying.
Lack of
Okay.
understanding.
Here we go. Ready?
Yes, we are.
This was sent in by Jake Groney.
At
Jake Groney.
Thanks, buddy.
Inmate steals bike in escape attempt.
So in the prison takes
I
what
don't
I'm
think
gonna,
it was in the prison. I think part of their escaping was with a bike.
You said an inmate stole
Low
a bike?
bike.
While trying to escape prison. But I think they were already out. Here we go.
Okay.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Music City. Music City. This is the Music City miracle.
We'll find out.
There are no flags on the field.
I should probably know this. Chatham?
Chatham.
Even though it looks like Cheatham?
Chatham.
Even though it looks like Cheatham?
It's Chatham. So my kids,
is Chatham.
my
That's
kids,
how
when
I
they-
knew,
My
but-
kids when they were little had these little like. Are they guinea? They weren't live, but they were like these little stuffed animals that had a little voice thing, and that when you
How is
press
this gonna get back
the
to
paw,
Chatham? Yeah.
they were called Chatamals.
Oh.
I don't know. I bring this up because this.
Was it
the
spelled the Nashville way?
the best thing about them is like you press it and you don't know if you're gonna get the super high voice or the low one. So like we used
So
to
you
walk
get
around,
super high,
You
and
get
then
super
you're
high.
like,
Hey, no, but you just press the hand. Like my kids would like be at school and I would just press it and be like Chatimal,
They would say what they are?
Chatimal.
Well, the Chatham County Sheriff's Office is trying to return a bike to its owner, and due to its size and appearance, officers believe the bike belongs to a little girl.
Wait, what if it was one of those dumbass
Little
bikes?
pink bikes?
No, I'm talking about the ones that people ride that are like super tall. Have you ever seen those? Like the seat is so high up.
Like the king of the douchebag bike.
You're like, oh, okay.
Like one of those beer parades.
I've seen these people in
well,
New York.
that is those are so dumb.
Let me pedal for my.
Yeah, that's very Nashville.
That's so natural.
That's so
natural. You
No,
just
but
want
I'm
to get
talking
hammered
about-
and do cardio?
Dan, I'm talking about the super high.
I know exactly what you're
Yeah.
talking
So
about.
there's like the what is it called? Penny farthing.
from
Oh, I
Aaron.
never heard
Thank
that.
you, Aaron. Penny
farthing.
farthing.
Through the
So-
wall.
Through the wall. So the idea is like the only reason you have a bike like that
'Cause
is
you
so
want
that-
people to pay attention.
To people to
That's
ask you
that.
like, how do you get up on that thing? Well, I gotta stand on a wall, and then I
You know, this, first of all, first point of something.
parliamentary procedure.
Yes, I want to get a little baby monitor for Aaron out here, so that at any point, or even a walkie-talkie. Walkie-talkie's probably even more fun.
Walkie-talkie would be better.
Yeah, where at any point
Penny
he
farthing.
can go. It's a goddamn penny farthing.
Penny farthing.
I've never heard
Isn't that
word
a show
ever.
on BBC?
No.
That's a penny.
What is?
I know what you're
Small
talking
town.
about.
Is that a
but-
Peaky
small-
Blinders?
Penny
Pennyworth?
farthing is a small town priest in Scotland who solves crimes on PBS.
Well, I would watch that right after Rick Steves.
I love,
Rick
when,
Steves
I
here.
love when Scottish people solve crime.
100%.
Don't you? A priest? You're like, wait a minute. He's
He
just an
shouldn't be
honest
drinking
guy.
like that, should he?
Yeah.
Yes, he should.
Oh.
Okay. So they think that the bike that they have here, that the guy stole, belongs to a little girl. Investigators said last week an escaped inmate was caught on the side of the road awkwardly speed pedaling a small bike.
So
You can't go that fast on those things.
But legs going like
Yeah.
this. Some
Right.
giant like Aryan dude in a wife beater with like
swastikas all over him.
You're almost better.
So hard.
You're almost better on foot.
you are.
Yes,
He's like
Run.
going backwards.
Just run.
Right.
It was a good. It's a good idea in principle.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok video of a guy who bet another guy that he couldn't get off the bus and run to the next stop in time to catch the bus.
By the way, how
I
has
was,
no
like,
one thought of this
fascinated.
bet? This is the greatest
So
bet ever.
doors open,
Yeah.
he gets out, runs.
Yeah.
Runs as fast as he can, and then you see the bus start to catch up with him. I'm like, oh, he's toast. But then you don't realize that the stop isn't that far
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
And he gets there, and he's
He
out of
gets
breath,
there.
and he made it. And I'm like, this gives me faith in humanity.
Does he have-
This story takes away that
Pro
faith.
move,
in
Yeah.
humanity.
pro move is get in front of the bus.
Oh, yeah. And then
But then you're going to find out what type of bus driver you have.
right. Someone who's drinking on the job or
Why is he
texting. or-
In Chicago, like along State Street, the stops are so frequent on the red line. I did have times where I got down there and it was just taking off, and I sprinted. You can just run from
To the
one
next
stop
stop.
for like 2 or 3 stops. You can essentially just run from
Yeah.
one stop to the
And
next.
you made
it.
And I
You made
made
it.
it. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
A victory.
Okay, investigators said the inmate traveled. Investigators said the inmate traveled at least how many miles before getting caught? So,
on a children's bike.
so he's on a
girl's
children's bike, pedaling for his
5 miles.
life in prison.
5 miles?
He says
I say
5 miles.
five. I
That's
think-
so far.
I think
no,
he
it's
went the
not.
distance.
Jesus. By the way, 5 miles on a bike is not. 5 miles
That's
running
that's
is
a
far.
degenerate marathon,
Yeah.
a degenerate Ironman.
Right.
5 miles on a kid's bike.
5 miles on a kid's bike. Do you know how much
Oh,
your
it's
pedaling
rotations
I
would
changed
be?
my mind. 2 miles.
2 miles.
2 miles.
We shamed her.
Then I'm going to
We-
steal.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Mile
steal
shame.
Fortune's
Shaming.
answer. I'm going to say 5 miles.
Because the other side to why 5 would be good is like how fast and hard and far would you pedal to not go back to jail?
I mean, you really don't want to go back to
So we got
prison, I
2?
would assume.
I got 5.
5 on it. You got 5 on
This,
it.
I'm
got
going to say
5 on
this
it.
should have been a scene in Shawshank Redemption.
Right, exactly.
Would have made it.
Get rid of the
And as he's pedaling,
pipe of shit.
rocks from the yard come out of his
Come pants, and you hear like Morgan Freeman, Andy Dufresne.
So I climbed aboard the
Not bad.
tiny bike. That is not bad.
Andy Dufresne cost me 2 packs of cigarettes that night. He didn't make a sound.
It was a child's bike.
I don't
Okay.
have a. I would try, but I
Come
don't
on,
have a good
just
one.
one little Morgan
One,
Freeman.
give me
Well,
one.
I'm Morgan Freeman.
I'm Morgan
You just say who. You just say who you're doing.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I'm Morgan Freeman.
Every impression you do is you announcing who
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, and they know who
I'm
you are.
Fortune Feimster.
I'm
Okay, here we go. Now, what's your
4
guess?
miles. 4 miles.
4 miles.
4,
Shamed her.
5.
And now we
I know.
got her
What
2.
if it's 5?
We're gonna help you win.
Okay.
One of you
One of us is right.
is
It's
exactly right.
So now we get to
Now we
guess.
get to play the game.
Who do you think is exactly right? Do you think
want to
it's-
stick with yourself?
Oh.
I'm sticking with myself.
I'm going to stick with her original answer.
5?
I'm gonna say me.
Okay. Get your answers in, YouTubers. Write it in the comment, and then
Write
you
it
can
in.
timestamp that you were
Yeah,
right.
shout
Play
out.
the game. Play along.
Or just yell it out wherever you are,
Yell it at your ham radio.
because he traveled 2 miles.
Thank y'all for
He's so
shaming
good.
me.
We
into-
assisted you to the victory.
You stepped in. You were in the batter's box. You took a swing. Then you stepped out.
I
You
said, wait.
reassessed the pitch.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Let me
Yeah.
choke up
Yeah.
a
We
little
helped
bit.
aid and abet her.
We'll throw
victory.
this. We'll throw this picture up at the end of the YouTube, and you can also get it on social media and stuff like that.
Of
But
the
this
bike.
is the bike.
Oh
It
my
says
God.
La
Oh,
Jolla.
that's not as bad as I
It
thought.
says La Jolla on it.
Yeah.
It is not built for speed.
No,
also-
it's a
Cruising.
beach cruiser.
Yeah.
And if you're the girl whose bike it is, are you like, I need a new bike?
There's
This
also-
has now been dirtied by.
As far as I can tell, there's nothing about this bike that indicates that it's for a girl or a boy. Or
No.
just, it's for someone who wants to ride a bike.
That's
who it's-
someone who wants to cruise.
Right.
It's a cruising
Exactly.
bike. It's a
So they're
cruiser.
trying to get it back to the owner.
Yes.
And I hope they find that some guy. They're like, we've been looking for a little girl. He's like, well, this is my
My
bike.
bike.
sorry.
Why you gender assign my
I'm
bike?
a 46-year-old accountant. Why am
This is
I?
my favorite bike.
All of his friends are like, hey, is Jeff coming over? Is he going to bring his little girl bike or what's he going to do?
Oh, it's got a little basket in the front.
That was the most bizarre thing Stephen Ellis said. They have not indicated who
Who the
Stephen
We don't know
Ellis
who
Stephen
is,
Stephen
Ellis.
is.
why he was watching it.
That's the most bizarre thing.
He had to weigh in on this.
What does Stephen Ellis think about
Yeah,
it?
right. Exactly.
That's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
He said he explained he did not think he'd be the one to stop escaped inmate Ricky Roach. Okay, so he must be a police
Okay.
officer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The inmate's name is Ricky Roach.
Yeah, Dan, Ricky Roach, to me, feels like the guy who hosted the Headbangers Ball on
Yeah.
MTV in like
Or a wrestler.
1993.
Ricky
Or
Roach.
like a guy who's like, I'm friends with all the Beastie Boys, and I used to know all of them forever. Like,
Man, JD and Ricky Roach.
Ricky Roach does sell fake concert tickets.
Oh,
100%.
Ricky Roach is
That
like,
work.
Ricky
But what if
Do
he
you
made
want-
a business of selling
Roach
of,
clips?
yeah, so like he collects from parties all the roaches that aren't smoked, the
Exactly,
ends of
and
joints.
then he connects them with a little clip attached to a raccoon.
Do you think he calls himself the exterminator?
It's Ricky Roach. Ricky Roach.
Quote, I was in
You can't kill me. I'm Ricky Roach.
I was in as much shock as anybody else would be when you look out and see the person they are looking for standing right in front of your mailbox, and you're thinking, "What's going on now?" So this cop's having his morning coffee,
Yeah,
looking
Oh,
out the window.
He's not even looking
Look
for
He
at
must
it.
be
this.
hearing the
Somebody.
scanner,
Yeah,
or something.
We got someone on a kid's bike, and there he is,
Little
just
girl's bike.
little tiny.
and you just hear in the background, "Hey!"
And then what if Steve Ellis is like, that doesn't really look like a girl's bike to me. Gotta be a different.
I mean,
I'm gonna,
he
I'm
does
gonna let
look
it
like an
go.
escaped
I'm gonna let it go.
He's
an
like,
escaped
it looks
convict.
like a beach cruiser.
Guy with a low jack on his leg, just pedaling really
would
fast.
a girl have a beach cruiser? I don't know.
Ellis is a reserve deputy for the Ashland City Police. Last
Reserve.
Thursday, he heard on his radio that Roach was riding down Ellis's street on a bike. I was in the kitchen and I looked out the bay window, and to my surprise, here's-
Okay, humble brag. You have a bay window. All right, like could have just said I looked out the window.
Well,
what kind of a window was it?
You know, I
big
peered
one.
over the bench, the ample bench seating.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
Also-
sitting in the banquette.
Well, that's the worst luck
just put it
ever
in.
to happen to be rolling past a reserve cop's window
Yeah.
of all the windows.
and you are winded.
And
all
you-
the bay
yeah,
windows.
of all the bay windows, you had to pass by.
I
mine.
was sitting in my open concept kitchen. We just put an island in that's also a bit of a breakfast nook. I walked around that
Yeah.
next to the wolf stove. I looked out our bay window and,
And I go through the garage. I'm standing right next to my Lexus leased. And okay, he says I was in the kitchen out the bay window. Here's the guy we're looking for. Roach was on the run for how many hours? At this point,
2 miles.
2 miles.
2 miles.
Oh, but he's been on the run before. So there's
the
time where he
bike.
was on the run before the bike.
I don't
Yeah.
think much though.
On the
But I don't. I'm
Let's-
inferring.
How long does it take to ride a mile?
on a bike
On a
that small.
bike? I'm not great at this.
I mean, I don't
part.
think he got out of jail, found the bike, and went. So I think he's been on the run for a little bit. But it's up to you.
I'm gonna say he was on the run for an hour.
Okay.
5 hours.
Okay.
3 hours.
3 hours. Roach was on the run for 2 hours. Okay. Finally, he escaped from the hospital in Ashland City and eventually picked up a bicycle with. This is when I knew.
A bell on it.
No. He picked up a bicycle with only one pedal.
Oh, God.
No, it was
Dude,
a broken
So he's
bike.
going in circles?
No, but he must be just on the
Yeah, you
bar
had to just do
on one.
One leg.
One leg.
This goes back to what Fortune said. You're better off without the bike.
Yeah,
Right,
run,
run.
bud.
At some point,
Ricky
you-
Roach, get on
Ricky
foot.
Roach. Come on, Ricky
Unless
Roach.
for him, he was like, "Hey, if I ever get out of here, I'm riding a bike."
Yeah,
again." That's what I really
And also on
want.
foot, you can go into a. Is there a forest
Yeah,
around?
of course.
There are
Hide
paths.
in
You're
the
limited
woods.
by the bike in terms of what you can
jump
run
on.
Everyone
stuff.
knows when you escape prison, you find the nearest
find
woods.
the woods.
Yeah.
Ellis said by the time Roach made it from the hospital to Bell Street, which is his house.
Yeah.
On the bike, he was exhausted.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sure.
One pedal.
One leg hurt really bad.
I
Ready?
mean, Lance Armstrong does it with one ball.
This is my
guy's
favorite
doing
part.
it with one leg, one pedal.
I told him to get down, Ellis said, and Roach replied, I'm not going to run anyway. I'm tired of running. I'm just going to lay here. He's done. He's spent.
I'm out.
Maybe there should be a test for anyone that wants to escape prison. They're like, we'll let you try.
They leave
Here's
a one pedal
a bike
pedal
with one pedal.
I mean, there's people who
See how
say,
far you
like,
get.
with Alcatraz, you didn't need any walls.
Yeah.
they're
You
like-
could just be like, hey, if you want to go for
Yeah,
it.
The sharks will
swim.
get you. The
Or
sharks
the,
will get
or
you.
the water or the current
Yeah,
or
no
just
one
the
has ever made
endurance
this.
is going to get you.
One bike, and then that's where people stop.
So he just got to the point where he was like, I don't care anymore.
So what they do
I'd
is-
rather lay down
Dan,
and just be done.
and go back
They
to
make
jail.
housing. This is the long play. They make housing 2 miles away from the prison really affordable for reserve police officers.
Bay windows.
Bay
go
windows.
board.
Yeah,
and
you can
everything.
like get a house and put a bay
like a
window
net.
in your kitchen.
Like a net.
And so and they put a series of one pedal bikes just outside, and they're like, go ahead, try to
Try it.
escape.
You'll
and
never
then
wanna
you'll
do this
wind up
again.
in front of some reserve cop's house
Yeah.
because
Yes.
this is the neighborhood that they all live.
You just sold a show to Fuse TV.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you don't even know it, Ran.
It's a fuel TV
Yeah, there you go.
Called reserved.
called I've Got Reservations.
Have you guys ever seen, this reminds me too, like I've seen this just from all the years working in bars, where like two guys will get in a fight, and if it goes on long enough, and thankfully no one gets like
really
instantly
hurt,
really
right,
hurt,
right.
they just get so tired.
Yeah, they're just
that
tired.
they're like, I don't really want to.
Dan, there's-
you can't even, like you picture marathoners collapsing. Like this dude was just like, hey man,
I imagine getting punched isn't as cool as it looks in the movies.
no, it's not.
Or the punching probably
Yeah, I
isn't
think
as
not.
cool.
it
Neither
probably
one
hurts
is
your
as
hand a
Hurts
lot
your
more
hand.
too.
There are times where I watch bull riding, and the bull will come out of the gate, buck, even
And then
for
after
like
a while,
10
they
seconds,
just
the bull
stop.
just stands there. and
Bull's
he's
like,
Yeah.
all right,
I'm done.
we're done.
I did
Get
this.
off my back so I can now go after a clown.
Yeah.
The Chatham,
Excuse me, not a clown, an alcoholic.
That's
they spelled it differently here. In the beginning of this story, this was spelled CHEA. Now it's CHAT.
Dan, I
The
don't
Chatham County
have
Sheriff's
any
Office.
faith in them. I was watching the news the other day, and it was like a major news station was talking about Brittany Griner's release, and they called her Brittany Grinder. I'm like, she's not an app.
she's not
a
on
dating
Grindr
app.
either.
Right.
It's Griner. Like,
Right.
how do you? Who screwed this up in the typing in? Is this
don't
like an autocorrect thing? Anyway,
Well, the Chatham, I think spelled correctly now.
Yes.
County Sheriff's Office is trying to return the bike that Roach took. Neighbors have offered to repair the bicycle or buy the owner a new one.
See, I love this now.
Great.
So this is what I love. If the bicycle is yours, you can contact the Chatham, spelled differently again, County Sheriff's, I'm not joking, at 615-792-4341. My dream is that someone in the Dumb People Town world sees the
Sees
picture,
the bi-
knows whose bike this
And
is.
gets it back.
Yes.
If you do,
If
let
this
us know.
happens, you have to let us know.
You'll get a
You
better
have to let
bike.
us know.
You get a better bike. You're
Yes.
gonna get a better bike. You'll get 2 pedals.
And Stephen Ellis will drop it off to you.
Stephen
Yes, at your house.
Leave his bay
I'll meet you
window
by
to
the
drop
bay
it off to
window.
you.
That's
I
story
put down
number
my
one.
Nespresso because I have a new machine
Nespresso
on the
maker.
on the marble countertop. Looked out my bay window and said, "What am I doing here?" This guy's pulling up on my
He's
lawn.
living the life. This
Yeah,
Stephen
it's a
Ellis.
waterfall ledge counter. It's not-
Hey, you don't need to know that.
Backsplash is the same as the
Don't worry
countertop,
about it.
whatever.
Like
It's
a
all
small-
one. It's all one piece. We had it all cut at Caesar. It's Caesar stone. Whatever. Anyway,
Here nor there. That's story number one.
I love it. There you go. First story down in the books. When we
Nice.
come back after the break, we'll find out what Fortune's doing, how you can follow Fortune Feimster, the
support
great
her.
support, follow, watch live performances, movies. And she's in so much stuff. I'm so excited. We'll do that after the break, and we'll let you know what we've got going on. It's Dumb People Town. Don't go anywhere.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Before we get into all the great things that Fortune is doing and how you can follow and support her, I believe this is going to come out in January.
Yes, this will be out in January, either
Second week or
somewhere.
third week of January.
Right, 10th or the 17th. One of the
So
two.
we got big news. We are all, Randy and I, if this is before the 18th through the 21st, we're going to be in Denver, Colorado at Comedy Works.
Comedy Works, the South
South Club,
Have you ever
which
done the
is a big
South Club?
club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
Fun club, big club. So come on out if you want to see us there. And then the first weekend of February, we're going to be in San Diego at the American Comedy Company. And then on Sunday, flying up to San Francisco because Sunday night, one night only, one show only. We're doing live Dumb People Town at Cobb's Comedy Club.
I believe Rob Hubel is in to be our guest. He's checking his production schedule. I would love it if he was the guest. He wants to do it. Sure. So hopefully him, and maybe we'll add another. But
the point is, this is 20th year anniversary of Sketchfest. We were there at the
very beginning.
Second one. We've been doing it for decades. This is, I think, the last one of the last shows of the whole festival.
It is the last.
You've done Sketchfest, have you? In SF?
Oh, it's so fun.
Did I do it?
I think
you probably
maybe
have.
once.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
it's really hold
fun.
It over several weekends,
Yeah.
and so this is the very last weekend. So,
Actually, I don't know if I have done
you
it.
should do it.
I was
damn
thinking
it.
of Clusterfest. No, I don't think I've ever done.
oh yeah,
Sketchfest.
Clusterfest
Fly
is
up
outside of
and join
SF
us.
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
It's super, super fun. So come check us out, San Francisco. Come see all of us at Cobb's. It'll be the most.
7:30, February 5th, Cobb's Comedy Club, San Francisco. We'll see you then. And Daniel, you got stuff too at danielvankirk.com.
Yeah, go to danielvankirk.com. Every Wednesday at the Lyric Hyperion Theater, it's the Lyric Comedy Hour with myself and Irene too. And you can go every Wednesday and see me do that show, hosting it with other great comics every single week. And then I'll be in Denver for sure in April, but everything's up at danielvankirk.com.
Boom.
I love it. Fortune,
Boom.
where can people see you? Where can they see stuff that you've done that's
Listen
being
to you,
released?
watch
listen to
you.
all that stuff.
I just had a Netflix special come out called Good Fortune.
So good.
Came out, recently. So there's that one, and the Sweet and Salty one was the one before that.
Great.
I'm doing a whole new tour that starts the end of January, going
Awesome.
tons of places.
Where can people find all the dates? FortuneFeimster.com.
FortuneFeimster.com.
Love
yeah.
it.
Go see her. She's so fun and so sweet.
I love that you're
and
like, I'm just working on
Thanks.
brand new material. I don't know if this works. And you crushed, and it was so fun. And I was like, God, there's stuff in every single one of these
Oh,
bits that
thank you.
Yeah, hang on to those. Those are good.
Oh,
good
it's
block
that that's that part where I'm going back on tour sooner than I would normally. I'm not giving myself a ton of time to work out this material, so I'm in like high gear right now trying to think
By
of
the way,
stories.
I think you could probably do a bit or two from your own
I
special.
might throw in a couple.
Like I
here and
wouldn't
there.
don't. You
Yeah.
don't have to have a whole. No one's gonna.
Because there are people, I'm sure,
People
who are
come to
like,
see
who
classic
haven't,
bits.
Yeah.
right, who haven't seen the Netflix special, who brought someone, was like, you gotta see her
Yeah.
do this bit. And
Well, in the last tour, because we had all that time at home, I did not do any old material. So,
Yeah.
and a bunch of people had like Sweet and Salty shirts and stuff on, and I didn't do anything from that special.
and they were mad.
So maybe I'll do a
Pull one
two.
out. All right,
Yeah.
we're giving you permission.
Okay, good.
We grant permission.
No,
to
but
do
I mean,
this.
it's true. Like, as comics, we're always like, well, we got to do.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite for bands. Like, if you go to a concert to your favorite band and they're like, we're going to do the new album tonight instead, everyone's going to be like, fuck, what?
Yeah.
No, I want to hear the hits.
Well, I hope so. I'll throw in a few hits, but I had to go back on the road sooner because I was filming this crazy action series in Toronto, and that show comes out sometime in 23.
Are you allowed to say who's in that with you?
Yeah, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger is the main person.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
And
Fun to
and
work
we're
with?
hoping we'll be back next summer. We don't know yet, so we're
Was he fun to work with?
so fun.
So fun.
So
Did he
You know
love
your
you?
comedy?
Oh
Did
yeah,
he,
we
did
teased.
he watch you do comedy? Did he know?
Yeah, he like posted about he posted on his Instagram about my special and he does like a big newsletter. I mean, these are millions of people that watch, read his newsletter.
Yeah, that are just a part of his
and
thing.
so he was like
I
super
bet you get a bunch of new
supportive.
fans from his fans.
Maybe. I mean, he's so beloved.
He's so
especially
beloved.
internationally, you know?
for sure.
So, like
I'm-
here's how beloved he is. He had a marginal governorship in which would sink a lot of people. Would be like, oh man, he's still loved. It's almost like, who cares? You were the guy.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
he
what did
still
you-
acts kind of like the governor. He shakes hands. He has a chief of staff. He's very.
have a chief of
He
staff.
does like tons of volunteer work. Like he's cool. We went to his house in October and.
Is he
just-
where like up in Carmel, or where does he live?
No,
Like-
he's in LA.
Oh, in LA.
And then he has all these like cool. He he's been in all these iconic movies.
Of course.
And he has like stuff from those sets.
Yeah.
No way.
I held like the Conan the Barbarian
Come
sword.
on. It's like a Planet Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It is a planet. It's like what it is.
He lives in a planet.
So I got seated at a two-top. The chicken fingers were amazing.
And I got to hold Conan the
And
Barbarian.
I haven't been to his office, but I think he said his office has even more of these cool movies, not only from his movies, but a bunch of like iconic
In his office,
movies.
he has a stuffed version of Will Chambers.
Stop. Get into this story.
Anyway, shall we get into the second
Yeah.
story?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Let's
FortuneFeimster.com. Go see her live and all the good stuff she's doing. Okay, you ready for this?
Yep. Yeah.
This was sent in by Beck S at Dr. BX _.
Okay.
Dr. Bex. I don't think we've done this yet.
Sure. And also, we should remind everybody we are doing this. We've said YouTube a couple times. It's going to be on All Things Comedy's YouTube channel. It'll be its own playlist there. You can go and listen. So go and subscribe and like all of these. And if you're watching us for the first time because you stumbled across us through the channel, you can send in a story to us. Like, you are our dumb reporter, dumb boots on the ground. The way you do that, as we said earlier, it's just through Twitter, and you can do at Daniel Van Kirk, at Sklar Brothers, hashtag Dumb People Town. We try to pick whoever sent it in first.
Okay. Fortune, Dan,
Yes.
Jay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Boom, boom, boom.
Cabrera home invasion trial.
Is that the Italian restaurant?
Yeah, that's if you go to Cabrera's, you get the carbonara. Didn't we have a Casa Gallardo?
Carrabba?
So there was a Mexican restaurant in St. Louis, which no better place to get Mexican food
Then in a
St. Louis,
landlocked
Missouri,
center of the country,
where there is not one Mexican person. All right, so it was called
Casa
Casa Gallardo.
Gallardo's, which we're like, is Gallardo? Like, I've
Is it
never
Gallardo or
heard that.
Gallardo's?
Gallardo.
Gallardo.
Casa
And then
Gallardo's.
we were watching a cheerleading competition on cheap seats, and the cheerleaders were dressed like they were magicians.
To which we then
Magicians at a Mexican restaurant.
To which we were saying
Oh.
there should be a Mexican magic restaurant called Casa Cadabras. All right.
We got there.
Canberra.
We looped the airport a couple of times.
Fortune loved it. Fortune loved
Casa
it.
Cadabra.
I was
You
on
would
the edge
go
of my seat.
Would you? Are these tostados yours?
That's great.
Is this your?
You want to
this
see
your
these
Tucky?
fajitas stop
Investors,
smoking?
get your checkbooks out.
Yeah.
You want to see
Holy
these
shit.
fajitas stop smoking? Boom.
Boom.
Canberra home invasion trial abandoned as doubts linger over identity of the perpetrators. This is such an interesting
Wait, hold
story.
on. So they're being tried, but now they're stopping?
Doubts are lingering over, are these the perpetrators? This is such a crazy story, and there are so many moments here. Okay. A criminal trial about a violent home invasion that involved a confrontation over a cheesecake.
So
Say that to me again.
A violent
confrontation
home
over a
invasion that
cheesecake.
involved a confrontation over
and
cheesecake.
this didn't happen in a New York deli.
It was
No.
in a
Or a
the
factory.
Golden Girls house.
Right.
It was
Down
B.
in
Arthur.
Florida. Has abandoned.
Wait,
due to-
somebody got in a fight over a cheesecake.
and the trial has been abandoned due to confusion over the burglars' identities.
Okay.
You ready for these names?
Yeah. Okay.
These were upper crust
James Gregory Elliott, 3 first names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JGE.
And Corey and Jackson Corey Allred, which are 3 last names.
Yeah.
I think you should combine the thing. Like if I said his name was Gregory Jackson or Elliott Corey,
Both these
or
names feel like they were punched up.
James Allred, right? Face
By the way,
charge.
if you put on those all red shoes, those are
Face
really
char-
comfortable. They're
face
more
char-
comfortable.
Have you
than
had the all red coffee? It's amazing. Have faced charges of aggravated burglary, aggravated robbery, and damage to the property over an incident in the South Canberra suburb of Chisholm. So I think this is England. Am I
Yeah,
right?
it feels like it. Feels
The
like it.
AC where? Capital of Australia.
Need
God,
a
Aaron
walkie-talkie.
needs a walkie-talkie.
Need a baby monitor.
Thank you, Aaron. Give him the Aaron the baby monitor.
Thank you, sir.
And when we get a walkie-talkie, I want full walkie-talkie talk. I want like
CB
Over,
Aaron,
come
Aaron,
back.
Aaron for guys, and then we'll go
Over.
for guys.
Go for-
and then he'll say it. And-
Over.
Yeah, over.
And I'll just the whole time be like, "What channel are you on? Are you on 1 or are you on
6.
2?
What's
How
your
many
10
times do you hear
what's
that
your
on 10?
10
What
one?
channel are you on?
What's your
We're
10
on
one?
2. Anyway, all right. So the ACT Supreme Court, not the ATC, All Things Comedy Supreme Court.
No.
The ACT Supreme Court heard this week.
They do the tests.
Supreme Court. This went all the way up to the Supreme Court.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Heard this week that the
Roe versus cheesecake.
the two men allegedly forced their way into a unit through the garage door at about what time on July 7th, 2020? So what time did they force their way
I'll
into?
never forget where I was on 7/7.
8:30 p.m.
8:30 p.m. Daniel,
1
what do you
a.m.
think?
It's just
1
past,
a.m.
It's just past dinner.
I mean, it's time for
When you want
cheesecake.
cheesecake.
Is right?
I
You
still
talking
don't know-
cheesecake time?
That's the cheesecake hour.
I still don't know if they
cheesecaking
stole
hour.
cheesecake or there was a fight over cheesecake as these people were.
Dan,
trying to
I'm going to
steal
get
other
into
things.
it. Daniel,
I know.
Dan,
Daniel,
you're asking
we're
too
going to
many
get into it.
questions.
You say
I
1 a.m.
would say 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Oh, a
okay,
late
get
night
your answer?
Sorry, I was just thinking of Matchbox 20 song.
Yeah, I must be lonely. All right. This is how, at what time? On July 7th, 2020, the confrontation, they busted in through the unit through the garage door at 10 p.m. She was right.
Ooh.
She was right.
Well
It's
done.
close.
Close.
Well done.
Prosecutors said one of the men pointed a gun at the resident who was in the garage and demanded his car keys. Wait. The guy in the garage demanded the other guy's car keys? This is bad writing. No.
Okay.
Pointed the gun and demanded his car keys.
Give me your car keys.
Yeah.
All right.
Money and hydro set. I don't know.
Hydro set.
Hydro set. I guess maybe.
Is that weed?
Is
Maybe.
that something for a car?
I don't know. Maybe it's like boots.
The cars go faster.
Give me the hydro set.
If you
I
told
wanna
me
say-
like this year's Christmas craze is
Is a
all the kids
hydro
want
set.
hydro sets,
Yeah.
I would be like, okay.
Yeah.
While the other man allegedly hit him on the shoulder with a machete.
Okay, hold
A
on.
Now, what
Machete.
part of the
Or
No,
machete
I
did he
love
hit
that
him with?
It must have been the flat blade.
Yeah.
Right?
Bing.
I know,
He
I'm
didn't
hoping
chop
because it's a
him.
hit.
He hit
Yeah.
him.
He
on the
still
shoulder.
has his arm.
Also, give the guy a chance to give you the fucking keys.
He's like, ow!
Hey,
I was
man.
reaching in my
Flipping him,
pocket.
too.
Good luck. I can't use this arm
You didn't
now.
even wait for my response.
You know what? Now you have to get the keys. You get in my
You
pocket.
get them. All right.
I'm,
you take the,
I'm bleeding.
How am I going to ride my hydro set now? All right. The court. Okay, so the court heard that Mr. Elliott and Mr. Elred then went in the home where they were confronted by another man who. This is so great. Who was visiting the victim? So this is just someone who's visiting.
Okay.
And cooking a cheesecake.
Oh, that is
Okay.
a nice home guess.
Right. First of all, is it cooking?
I think it's baking.
You're baking a cheesecake.
Like if someone's cooking,
What are you
a cheese-
making on that on the grill up there?
I'm just barbecuing
I'm
and
grilling a cheesecake.
Wait,
Yeah, because doesn't it set like in the fridge? Like you're not.
Yeah.
Fortune, if you came to visit my house and stayed at my house, and you were in my kitchen with the bay window, and you said, and you started messing around the
I'm gonna
kitchen, I'd be
cook up
like,
a
"What are you
cheesecake."
doing?" And you're like, "I'm cooking."
I'm cooking a cheesecake.
I'd be like,
like,
"You're
"You're
doing
drunk."
it wrong.
I'd be like,
should
"You're
baking
drunk."
it."
You can
Why
make
are
the
there so
crust,
many
and then we
pots
fill it in,
out?
and then
I'm
we freeze
grilling it.
Don't
grill it.
It's
Why-
got.
why are you so many pots
It's got
out?
onions in it.
This is the best because
Like the worst cheesecake ever.
onions.
No.
Prosecutor Beth Morris Rose said that the visitor had a large carving knife
Yeah, 'cause they're in
and
the kitchen.
allegedly said to the pair, this is the quote that puts it in Dumb People Town.
Yeah.
Well, you fucked my cheesecake, game on.
That's like a movie. That sounds like a movie.
This sounds like a Schwarzenegger
Yeah.
line. You fucked
to
my
be fair, this
cheesecake.
person-
fucked my
You
cheesecake.
fucked my cheesecake.
It's now on.
Brought a kitchen knife to a machete fight.
Or you brought a
It's
machete knife
on.
to a kitchen fight. If he's got a big old butcher knife, that's
This guy
Against a
cooking
machete?
cheesecake really loves cheesecake.
The court heard the two men then stole a portable safe and left through the garage before kicking down the unit's front door. So these guys screwed it up in every possible way.
Yes.
They left through the garage but kicked down the front door. They stole a safe.
Yeah.
How did they get
How are they going to open
A
this safe?
portable safe.
The victim was then hit a final time before the pair allegedly stole his mother's handbag and ran away.
Cut to
There's
her.
So many things.
She's not
Why
even
am
in
I
this
being
story.
brought into this?
Yeah.
I was just waiting for a cheesecake.
Okay, and the
How long
witness.
does it take to cook that thing?
You gotta cook it up. You gotta cook it good.
You got to flip it.
A witness allegedly saw the men leave the unit in the mid-2000s white Holden Ute with a damaged tailgate and missing grill. So you have a lot of things wrong with this car.
Yeah.
And you basically are saying we're going to get caught.
Yeah, it's a lot of easily pointable. You know,
Yeah.
we can distinguish.
Just look
your
for a car without a grill. That's
Yeah.
like you've now narrowed it down to 6 in the area. And that's it. Police say they found the Ute at another home in the
Two
same
Utes.
suburb about an hour later. Yeah,
Okay.
I know, Jay, I got that. Officers told the court they found the two accused inside that home. And
Eating
that
a cheesecake. What happened to the
Just-
cheesecake?
someone cooked this really nice in the home. So that's, I guess this is their home, maybe.
So now they're back at their house.
Maybe.
Sounds like it.
And that Mr. Elliott had a smear of blood on his hand. Are we sure that's not strawberry juice?
I know.
Strawberry
We don't know the
sauce on a
cheesecake.
cheesecake. What's the best cheesecake you've ever had, Dan?
Oh, I like a good those. It's like they call it turtle sundae,
Yeah,
like
those
with
are
caramel
good.
and like that's
Oh, yeah.
probably
The
Oh, yeah.
Cheesecake Factory is still
Still
the
kicking
OG
it.
is
Still
my
doing
God.
it.
I think their menu's
Cheesecake.
too small.
If they had a few more options, I would go there. But
there's
I love it
everything's
when
good.
they put like 5,000 more calories
Oh, yeah.
on an already large calorie.
Yep.
The calorie
cheesecake.
count.
Like,
at
do you want
Cheesecake
this?
Factory.
Do you
Like put peanut butter,
do you not care?
chocolate, all the
You
stuff.
can't care.
You can't
You
care.
can't care. You just.
can't- yeah,
I'm
you
there.
have to
I'm there
go
for the 5
knowing.
cheese pasta, add chicken,
Oh
penne
my
noodles.
God.
Yeah.
Let's throw that
This.
cheese on there.
God damn.
So police say that they found another home in the suburb. Officers said that, okay, they found that. Police searched Mr. Allred and allegedly found keys to the ute between his clenched buttocks.
Yes.
So this guy, you trying to eat cooked cheesecake with keys stuck between his butt cheeks.
They found him in nature's pocket.
But
Everything about this
but
is
why
amazing.
were his keys in his butt?
He's trying to
He didn't
hide
want
him.
people. What? That
No,
car
that's
out front?
all-
Oh, because that's where the safe and stuff.
No,
was?
no, no.
Only
that
way
the
he
keys
can
to the
get an
car.
erection is he's eating cheesecake, keys in his
Someone
asshole.
turn him on.
Someone
turn him on.
He's like, that can't be my car. I don't have the
I
keys.
don't have the keys. So, where would you find such keys? Open your ass.
He coughs and they fall out.
He
Ding.
coughs and you hear the car unlock.
All right, the trunk opens
Right,
up.
yeah.
All right,
Literally.
Police then searched
And
the
figuratively.
ute, found the handbag, the safe, an imitation handgun, and a machete, which had DNA on it consistent with the victims. Yeah, how are these
course.
not the guys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot. We're
I
still
don't
trying.
know
We're
what
still
the whole
arguing
thing
that
There's
these are the
confusion
guys.
as to whether these are the people.
Yeah.
The court heard that there was no question the home invasion took place.
Right.
The
We're not
issue
arguing
was
that.
whether the two accused were the men who carried it out. He's got the keys
He's in
between.
his
This to me
asshole.
is like
Yeah.
an open and shut buttocks case right here.
Are there other guys with 3 names?
Right.
Oh, I guess
1-3
that
first and 1-3 last.
That would be the argument, right? The only defense you have is that, like, we've always been at this house. Someone else brought all this stuff here.
Yeah, we were
Everything-
here.
everything-
We aren't the same two guys.
Okay. In the police interview, the victim initially said he thought he recognized the eyes of one of the intruders as a friend from high school.
No.
I wouldn't say friend.
I know.
Wow.
A man who was not one of the accused.
Most
So
like
this is where
he
it
was
gets
like
crazy.
voted most likely to rob my house
That's
and
right.
steal my cooking
She had the
cheesecake.
sexiest eyes in high school.
Sure.
I think it was. I think it was. Hold
It
on.
was a smoky eye, probably.
Nationalization, maybe what had happened at the time to try and cope, the victim said later. This is so weird. But so he thought the eyes reminded him of a high school, which is different than these two guys who had all the evidence. They had
is
the
what
safe,
happens.
the
This is-
handbag, keys up the butt, the whole thing.
This is what happens in trauma. Your
Maybe
mind
this was
tries
an
to
inside
connect
job.
things.
I don't know. Well, it's inside his butt, that's for sure.
It's inside somewhere.
But prosecutors dropped the charges Wednesday, and the trial was abandoned because of questions over the identity. So these guys get to steal again. Old machete.
All because the
Yeah.
victim said, these aren't the guys' eyes.
It reminds
These
me
aren't
of
the
someone
eyes
from
I'm
high
looking
school.
for.
He let his own.
At what point do you say, "What are we doing tomorrow?"
What
to
do
the
you mean?
person who's visiting?
Oh, this
What do
guy.
you want
Yeah.
to do
Yeah,
tomorrow?
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can cook some more cheesecake
Also,
if you
how
want.
many people have ever visited your house and then started making anything?
Yeah.
At 10
Let-
p.m. too.
Let alone a cheesecake.
I'm the
They're
type.
drunk,
it's
right?
So presumptuous.
It's gotta
so
be.
much.
They gotta
They
be drunk.
So we were at a party and at the RV, the karaoke RV,
Sure,
which is
yeah,
the most
yeah.
fun thing ever, at our friend
Yeah.
Sam's house.
Yeah.
And the super drunk girlfriend of a friend
Yep.
was there, and she
Yep.
was so drunk.
Yes, I
and
remember
she
this.
he had postmated a taco to his house, and she goes into, and it was his, the guy whose house it was, so generous to let people there. And she's like, "Whose taco is this?" She's really drunk, and he's like, "That's mine.
I
Please
ordered
don't eat
it."
that. I ordered it. I'm looking forward to eating it." And she's like, "Can I just have it?" He's like, "No,
No.
you cannot have this taco." So she then, this is how drunk she
I
is,
love
because I think you're right.
one taco order.
Right, a
though.
one taco, Postmate that shit to me, and I want it delivered on a
I
gold
just
platter.
need a one taco situation.
You take off one of the cut, and
Also, that drunk
that,
logic.
That Uber Eats order was $3.57 and $10 in
$10 in
delivery.
fees.
That drunk logic when you've already been told a thing and
Yeah,
you want to
can I
know if
have
the
it?
other thing can still happen.
Can I have it?
No, you cannot have it.
I
That's
want
right.
it.
No,
You can't just have it.
no,
No,
there's no
you can't
more
just have it.
information.
Oh,
Just
well,
do
let's
it.
take
Guys,
No,
she
you
gets
cannot.
like this. She's great. You're gonna love her. Just let her have
Just
it.
take one bite.
I don't want you to take
Give her
one
a
bite. It's mine.
Dorito and she'll think
Oops,
that's
I
it.
ate it all.
No.
Oops,
Hey.
I took one bite and then the whole thing went
Hey,
into my mouth.
that's my girl. She asked. That's on
So-
you
I
guys.
asked.
Here's the best thing that leads to what we were talking about here is that when she was denied the taco, she started opening up his cabinets to try and make food.
Yes.
Like took out a pan pan and took out a pot. This is at a party late at night. Everyone's like, "What are you doing?
That's why you never invite people to your house.
What are you doing?
Don't you just walk over to the person she's there with?
She also could have Uber eated. Is that the word?
Uber ate.
One taco.
Oh, that's a great thing too. You just need to defer with a drunk person and be like, "Your taco's on its way."
Yeah.
Like, no, that one's mine. Yours is coming.
I just ordered one for you.
I ordered one for you. You got to wait out front. And it's coming.
Yeah, it's
It'll be
coming.
in 10 minutes.
Wait 2 houses over and then call the
You know what?
cops.
You're probably gonna want to go down to the corner.
You
You probably want to go down to the corner so they see.
Who was with her? Was someone with her?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
why don't you go to that
everyone's
person and go, "Hey, I
dude,
think she's gotta
handle
go."
at this point. And by the way, if it were a woman and her boyfriend, or boyfriend
Whatever,
and boyfriend,
yeah.
I don't care who it is.
No, yeah.
We said to him, you got to handle your partner. You got to handle this person.
You got to handle your plus one.
Handle your plus one. Just handle
I
this.
think
like-
I give a good stern look and I go, "I think it's probably time to go." Yeah.
Right?
And I'm finishing.
Dan,
I'm answering
Dan,
the question.
your voice
I'm
gets
asking.
so high and loud.
Probably,
Dan.
right? Yeah.
Time to go. Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah.
Fast.
I think we're probably done. Yeah.
Essentially, what that person was who brought this drunk woman is like someone who thought their dog could be off leash inside of a restaurant, and you were like, "She'll
She's
be
fine.
fine.
She's fine. And then she just starts eating everything.
She's
You're like,
fine.
nope,
She's
not
up on
fine.
our fucking table,
No,
eating
she's
our
fine.
Ran
food."
through the mud and is on our comforter now.
She's fine. She's
Oh
fine.
man, I love a host who's like, "Fuck all y'all. I have given you my house, and I'm ordering one taco."
This is what happens when you do mounds of
He's
cocaine.
like,
You
"This
order
is
one
my-
taco.
This is my sign to all of you. It's time to go.
Right.
I ordered
My
one
taco's
solo
here.
taco.
My
When the
taco's
taco
here.
comes, I better be alone eating
I
it.
better be by myself.
Everyone better be out of my house by the time my one taco
Naked,
gets here.
eating a taco and jerking off. All right, that is story number 2 in the books.
Oh, we're
Jay,
doing the transition.
Give us a little taste of what we're going to hear in story number 3, Jay.
A cloud leaves a town in bewildered stitches.
I love it.
Ooh,
All right,
okay.
that is it, you guys. And we're doing a new style of Patreon. That's for you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
You send in your stories to us. It's dptpodcast@gmail.com. I believe that's
Yes.
what it is.
It should be posted up there.
Right, it should be posted up there. But you send in your story, or if you found a story before 2005, because that means we never.
I
have a
really
story.
want them to be your story, though.
I know, 'cause
And
it's
send
so
in whatever
fun.
you can, but we're gonna pick. We're gonna pick.
Yeah,
personal
so
stories
but just
first.
send in, and if it's interesting, even if it happened in your town, you have a connection to it, send it to us, and that's what we're going to break down for our Patreons. But we have one more story to go. It's Dumb People Town. Fortune Feimster. Don't go anywhere. All right.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. The great Fortune
back.
Feimster is our guest. We are here on our new set. For those,
I
who
love
are-
this set.
I love this set.
You
Dumb
can
People
check
Town.
out her special Good Fortune. We talked about that in the last break.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet and salty.
Sweet and salty. Great.
They're on the
as
old
well.
Netflix. Go
The
check it out.
old
I've heard of
Netflix.
it.
Fire up the old Netflix and get it.
All right, final story. I'm going to take you guys home. Let's
do it.
Here's the headline. It's just sent in by Carlene McDermott
At Chibi Carlene, one of our favorite people who sends in stuff.
A good
She's
dumb
prolific.
contributor.
She
She
sends
is
in a lot.
very
Oh,
She
nice.
contributes a lot of dumb. She's not dumb.
She's not dumb, but she
No, but like
finds it.
she should get a dumb pension when she retires.
You know
That's
how
how
like
much she's
people
worked.
go to
She's been-
thrift stores and like they're like, we went through the Goodwill bins and we just my daughter goes through the Goodwill bins. She's like, I dug through everything, and like you just have to be good at sourcing this stuff. She goes through the dumb bins and pulls it out.
All right,
Sure.
here's the headline. Giant penis-shaped cloud leaves locals in stitches with stiff breeze jokes.
Folks and folks.
A local Facebook weather service has become the butt of the joke. Are they trying? Is this the New
Is
York
it the butt
Post?
of the joke?
I don't think so. The butt of the joke after it posted a picture of a cloud that looks like a penis.
Okay.
The forecaster warned locals.
Is
but
this
like,
from the Post?
What's so fun?
It's
I mean,
not.
it is funny that that's what it is, that it looks like a penis, but also like no one created that.
And also,
Yeah.
how long did it look like a penis for?
Right.
10 seconds?
Dan,
That's the thing when
I'm
you
gonna
like see
show
something and you try to get
Dan,
somebody to look by the time
Right.
it
I'm
looks
going to
like
show
it's
you
done.
this picture. And
Well,
you're-
well, once you take a picture, of course. But I'm just saying, as it's happening, you have like maybe a minute.
So then someone takes a picture of it and posts it, and you're like, okay, this is the greatest thing ever. Like maybe there are chemtrails, right?
Forecaster warned locals that the warmth seemed to finally be fading with colder temperatures sneaking in. Colder temperatures.
I know the barometric pressure is rising right now.
This cloud, snapped by a local weather service, was a little bit different. Seemingly obvious to the phallic nature of the cloud, Canterbury Highway and Weather Information said, our lovely warm weather comes to an end with a southerly hitting tonight to bring a bit of rain. Nothing too crazy. So this giant penis is going to spray all over this town.
Oh my God.
It's going to put
Does
all
it
kinds
look
of wetness.
like a dick?
Dan.
Was
Dan.
the weather channel or whoever did it? Were they in on the joke, or they just posted?
Yeah,
it?
I'm sure they posted.
They
this
do
picture.
make jokes. All right, so
What are their jokes?
It finds up a little Thursday and Friday before some more drizzle Saturday. Each leaves for the rest of the long weekend. Then it's long weekend. Then it should warm up again next week. The good people of Facebook, specifically those who are enthusiastic about weather in Canterbury. Who are those people? That's like the people.
Hey, Fortune,
your
what are
aunt
you
doesn't think
doing
is cool enough
after
to
you
hang out
cook
with.
that cheesecake? You're on Facebook. You're looking at the Canterbury weather on
right.
Facebook.
What does Aunt Sally do these days, Dan? She's on
Facebook. Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
She's in a weather group, right?
Yeah, I mean, thank God I don't have an
weather
accent.
weather
It's
group.
really-
Let's talk about weather.
Let's talk about weather. We look up the weather in Canterbury, and if anything,
Randy
weird
Travis
pops up.
song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The weather in Canterbury.
They said the large cumulonimbus, that would be a smaller cloud in Otago, said Chilly Willy. Bit colder down there. That's their
a
joke.
chilly willy.
That's a person.
Are you
all right?
just reading Facebook
Facebook
comments?
quotes? These are Facebook quotes.
We're just reading
Suffering.
Facebook.
They're
When it
trying
gets
to be
colder,
funny.
it suffers from
Dan,
shrinkage.
they're trying
Welcome to
to
Dumb People
We're gonna
Town.
read other people's
No, I'm
jokes.
not.
And just make fun of them.
And jokes is in quotes. I would assume.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of puns.
Looks like this southerly is coming in hard and going to give us a real pounding. I don't feel like that's what they're saying. I want you to look at this.
Yeah, I
and
want
tell
to
me-
see
thunder
it.
and lightning.
Tell me what
Thunder.
that. Dan, that's a penis.
It looks like
That's a
It's pointing
large-
upwards, right?
It is pointing
Well,
up.
it's not even just that. It has the base.
Yeah, it has a base.
It looks
Face.
like a.
If I knew what a wiener looked like,
It looks like we're gonna
show you
this
for
would
the first
really
time.
Same.
hit home.
Same.
Right.
It looks
all
like a
of us.
dildo, is what it looks like.
Oh my
yeah,
god!
that
Yeah,
does.
it definitely.
From what I've heard of penises,
I mean, it's got curvature.
it's pointed upwards.
Yeah.
It's got the little
It's got the
mushroom
base
thing.
on it too. Yeah, it does.
6 to 8
Is that
inches
called
they're
the tip?
expecting tonight. 6 to 8
6 to 8 inches.
Just-
They're
just
expecting
the
tonight.
tip, yeah.
And then the bottom, there's like a bottom part, I guess, would be
With the testicles,
balls.
yeah.
That would be the balls.
That would be the balls.
So, but this is this a gift or is this a nightmare? Like, it
Depends
is.
on who,
Yeah.
This
For
also-
Fortune, it would be like a.
You know what this
Yes,
is?
in the eye
You're
of
like,
the
I don't
ball.
want this. Yeah, exactly.
For
This is-
a lot of people, that would be a pain in
This
the ass.
is the porn version of Nope.
Yeah, this is the
Have,
porn
have you guys
version of
seen
Nope.
Nope?
I've seen Nope. I saw the first half of it. Yeah,
You only the first half.
I was
I
on a
haven't
plane
seen
and I
it
haven't
yet.
seen.
Have you seen it? Oh, this is a deep, not even deep cut. It could be.
There's a deep- speaking of
he is
deep
cut.
cuts.
He is cut.
It's deep and it's a
If
cut.
you see Nope, you are in line with that joke. I know I can't compete with the Facebook comments,
Yep.
but
That's Yep.
That's Yep.
That's from the
It's
movie Yep.
It's a pretty day in that picture.
it
Gorgeous
actually
day,
is. Yeah.
beautiful day ruined by a giant penis cloud. Like, if a tornado is a thing that people
I mean,
fear,
it's even kind of bent, like in
It
a
is
way
bent.
that it feels like that it's
For
so
some-
realistic.
You could have some pleasure from that bent for sure.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Look, sometimes the universe gives you a gift like this.
Sometimes the clouds,
and then Facebook ruins it with dumb comments.
Right.
Of course.
That's the sad part. So Facebook once again ruined a beautiful, fun thing. I mean, if I'm driving with my kid and I see that in the sky, we're gonna laugh. at it.
we're gonna laugh at that.
I just
Look at that.
picture you the way you just described. Just picture you seeing a big giant cloud penis
Giant
and be like,
dick.
"What a beautiful dumb thing."
Yeah,
Like,
what a
just
gorgeous.
Like
look
it is.
Look what. I don't believe in God, but if I did believe in God,
no,
look what she did. Look what she did for us.
That is a moment where there are a couple moments in this. Well, like Randy and I don't believe in like telepathy between the two of us,
Right.
but there was or twin coincidences.
Yeah. Sure.
One time though, do we tell you this, Dan?
Twincidences.
We were driving to.
We said this on here. Driving to the airport, and both of us were driving from our separate places, and both of us just had. There's an explanation for this.
No, but I peed before I left the house. Anyway, so
did I.
speaking of the penis cloud, no. We always call each other just to make sure the other one's
Are you up? Are you going to the airport? Because we
Okay.
got to go do this gig. If you overslept,
Y'all like check
them.
on each other.
Yeah, just
so
to make
Randy
sure.
called me and I
Because you're
didn't-
like my paycheck depends on
depends on you getting up.
This is the dumb part of like this is like what Turtle in Entourage has
Yeah.
to like
So I didn't answer the phone. Why? Because I had to pee so badly, and I was only 10 minutes from my house.
Oh, it does
and I had
matter.
peed.
Okay.
And I
There was no gas station, no nothing nearby.
I went into a 7-Eleven, and the guy's like, "Do you know what 7-Elevens are? They don't have bathrooms." I'm like, "Yeah, but
How do
where
you go to that?
what-"
Yeah, where
so
do you use?
So I walked
bucket.
around the building, in between two apartment buildings,
Okay.
and knelt down like I was praying to God and peed.
Oh, you did
Okay?
a low
low to the
pee.
ground.
I figured someone saw me there. It was 5 a.m. No
Yeah.
one's going to say anything. I watered the plants. Fine. Then I get back
And
to the
I'm
car.
like, where the fuck are you? You got to
He's worried that I'm not up. I call him. He doesn't answer his phone.
So he's like, where am I? I had to pee, and I went between
that's
two buildings
weird.
and had to pee.
So that's
Really?
like this.
Kind of.
That's like the penis cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, there's like
God
proof
gives a
of
gift.
some larger.
God gives a gift.
There's
Pete
some
Holmes
proof of
would be
larger
like, God gave this gift. You're welcome. You're
so
welcome. That's
wild
what
that
Pete
Isn't that
Holmes would
wild
say.
that happened?
Yes.
Isn't that
Isn't that
crazy?
weird?
That's crazy.
Yes.
Well, it's a great way to end this
We all have
this
some
episode.
sort of twin thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
penis
what
in
it
the
would be
sky.
called.
Everyone has their own penis
Twin
in the
tuition.
sky.
Going up
Twin
to the
tuition.
penis.
Yeah.
tuition.
Y'all definitely have
sky.
twin tuition.
Get sued.
I mean, may look,
Penis
may
in
the
the
giant
sky.
penis.
YouTube, we're gonna
Penis in the sky keeps
cannot,
on
don't you
turning.
dare.
May the giant penis cloud in the sky bless you with good weather, good fortune, and good
That's right.
happiness, right? There you
Yeah,
go. And
yeah,
that is
that's
the
a
show.
show.
And oh shit, guys, we got to get back to work. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Boom. That was great.
Thank you.
Boom. Oh, thanks for having me.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, calm her down. It's Dumb People Town.